I love people being like, hey, this British guy that you posted up on is like kind of fucking racist. Yeah, bro, he's British. Yo, I never. The moral of the story is this morning I made the mistake and I said this dude's a king. Paddy the Baddy, he's from Liverpool, and he is racist as fuck, like straight up. Let's be real. I mean, he is. Of course. I mean, look, he's got a bowl cut, brother. Like, he's got a fucking proper helmet on.
Don't get ahead of ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he said, yeah, look.
I'm from Liverpool, lad. We're not Tories.
I'm from Liverpool, lad.
Don't get ahead of
We're not
ourselves.
Tories.
You know what I mean? My city keeps me grounded. I hope I do end up earning as much money as Conor McGregor, lad. Then no child in my city will ever eat from a food bank ever again. You know what I mean? I'm going to give back.
People don't understand that, like, there are plenty of people who are, especially in countries where there are robust social safety nets and a history of like labor unions fighting back against the government and not getting like completely obliterated, or actually you can be racist and also straight up like fucking pro working class on your own. I'm not saying you should or can, but I'm saying that like in countries where there are like a larger dynamic labor unions at play, there are plenty of fucking people who are like simultaneously like anti-immigration, xenophobic, and also still pro-labor and anti-Tory. Why is he racist? I mean, dude, come on, British. He's English, dude. What do you mean? Why? That's why I love Corbyn. Like, Corbyn is a person who has been able to personally overcome his predisposition as a British man to be so fucking incredibly woke.
29
He absolutely just has the usual knuckle dragging English attitude. Yeah. So people were literally like, dude, he's fucking racist, dude. And it was all Manx.
9 months.
All fucking Manx.
Could have had a child in this time, but instead
All these boys from Manchester.
Drives a dentist car. Thank you for all
Looking for any fucking opportunity
to
to shit on a Scouser. Manx fuming, bruv. They don't want to see a fucking Scouser win. It's footy. It's fucking footy, bruv. No, I mean, this is more like, this isn't even about racism, I think, or xenophobia, and more so about literally football. And in England, football is everything. It's also so fucking funny that, like, dudes that literally have historically lived in the next neighborhood over have like drastically different accents and a drastically different culture and will stab one another over a game of footy. Like, dude, you're literally the same person in every way, shape, and form, but you fucking hate the next neighborhood. What is wrong with you? Football is like very political, obviously incredibly political. Stop trying to justify your own racism with racism and educate yourself. What? No. He's a straight up xenophobe, like huge xenophobe. Chomsky was right. Yeah. Organized sports is a precursor for fascism. Yeah. He like made fun of Georgians dying in the hands of Russians like a long time ago, I think. Yeah. He's got like hella fucking, he's got really bad tweets. I mean, he's like anti-Muslim. This county's a fucking mess because of the government, lad. It's simple as that. Simple as. Lots of fucking immigrants that landed in this country and took over full areas. Some places don't even speak English, and you're telling me that's good for this country. She shouldn't moan, mate. Got a roof over her head. Simple as. So because we orientalize, English people here on the HasanAbi broadcast, of course, we look at this as like a fascinating person, you know? That's what the papers like the Sun want you to believe. It's not like that. The reason your areas are so impoverished is not because of immigrants. The tactic the government uses is because of underfunding, levels of employment, poverty. And then he retweeted this guy going, how about you fuck off back to your own country, you fucking dickhead. Come here, expect everything. When I see ex-army living on the street, don't like it, fuck off. We can't take care of our own. Why are we taking care of other people? Let's not even examine our, involvement in why their conditions are like that. He said, no, you wear that flag as a fraud. You're not from here, you idiot. And I'd out-wrestle you. It's that simple. Remember the name Tom Owen, don't you? Took you done and triangled you in a tournament, you little mat puncher. And Muhammad Makab says, you're racist. I represent this country. What are you going to do about it? I don't need to wrestle you. I know how you wrestle already. Ha. How am I racist? Haven't mentioned race once, you tit. Was you born here? Nope. Then you shouldn't represent this country. That's simple. We both know what would happen. You'd get slammed on your back and start crying and mat punching like you do when you lose.
19
He really
months.
showed what racist really is. Yeah. I don't know what this is, but anyway, but listen, he hates Tories and he obviously is like working class background and it manifests in this conversation pretty easily and you will understand it. So I think people like this absolutely have the capacity to change their minds. You just got to fucking talk to them like straight up.
Back to my city, and something I've been planning on doing the past few months is to start my own charity, and I think after this fight I'm gonna get it done. That pizza's proper snide. Where's that from? Pizza Express or something? That's fucking snide, that.
Seeing
That's
how well
fucking
Liverpool
snide,
team
that.
doing as well. Is that Spurs one during camp as well in Moscow? And are they going to win the league?
We're gonna win everything. We're gonna win the quadruple this year. It's gonna be heavy. It was sick before, it was in the back and I had a message.
Sick. What is happening to the English language, dude?
9
I don't
months
even
of Jeffrey
understand it, but I
Jebediah
love it.
Bezos money hassle.
I don't understand it, but I fucking love it. Sick. Sick before.
Jeff Harvey Elliott saying good luck. Yes, lad. You know that fella. Thank you. And I've got my flight booked to Benfica, lad. Can't wait.
I've got my flight booked to Benfica. It's crazy, dude.
The mighty Reds are taking over in Europe, taking over the league, just like I'm taking over the UFC. It's special times ahead.
How do you and Molly get on with the banter with Liverpool and Everton?
I feel I laugh, because obviously Everton are proper shit. And Liverpool are like one of the best teams in the world. So some mornings she'll come in after the weekend and I just won't mention nothing to her because I know her head's gone because Everton is snide. I'm like,
You love Scousers. They're all basically all socialists because of Thatcher. I already mentioned that. It's a city with a deep working class background. Liverpool, he started off literally by saying, like, I'm from Liverpool. Like, I'm not a Tory.
we've just slapped Leeds 6-0 or something like that and I've been the game and she's been the game and they've been
5
beat
months.
1-0 and she's
That's
waterloading.
right.
Oh lad, I swear. I just don't mention it no more. When he was half decent you could wind it up. Oh yeah, now it's just, you can't go there. Just gotta leave it to it, lad.
I hope you enjoy your German doner kebab later.
Oh lad, it best be open by the time I get out of here. I think it shuts at 11. I'm gonna be fuming with all yous if I don't get this scoff.
You know, at the same time, he's like, fuck the immigrants. He's like, I love the doner kebabs, but I also fucking hate that immigrants are taking over parts of the country. Literally just the most British behavior you can get, dude. Loving, incredible palate that immigrants have brought over, okay? Because, like, British food is just garbo. And then just despising the immigrants that brought it over.
It's 11:15.
What time is it?
11:15.
Oh, fuck off, lad. You just ruined me night. That's how hungry I was. People have just ate that proper shit pizza. You know what I mean?
Texans do the same thing. Yeah, the difference is, no, Texas is not a good representation for Liverpool. The Appalachian Mountains are. The Appalachian mountainside is. West Virginia has a long history of labor action and labor militancy and like literally actual murders from the government. Obviously happened before before Liverpool and you know and Oibruv labor murders, but West Virginia is a better example though. The rest of the country looks to West Virginians and says, "You guys are like toothless hicks. You fucking suck. You're disgusting, you're racist, toothless, reactionary idiots, right? Racist or whatever. Whereas Liverpool, it's more like, I guess with Liverpool, it's more like, it's a harder fucking thing to explain. I don't know how to fucking explain it. Like, because the rich people in America are both liberal for the most part and also conservative, right? Like liberal, conservative, kind of the same thing. But the rich people in the UK are Tories, and usually the working class is, for the most part, Labour, or at least that used to be the
3
case.
months.
And then
Hope
you
you're
have
having a good
a
day.
neoliberalization of the Labour Party, which then turned it into kind of like the elite, like a weird collection of like northern Labour strongholds that have still that working class background, and then, you know, London Labour, which is more like academics. Like it turned it basically into the Democratic Party a little bit. Have you ever been to West Virginia? Yes, I've actually literally gone up and down the entire state of West Virginia, straight up. Mountains, climbed its mountains, gone over its rivers, like all over. Voting patterns in the UK are now determined almost entirely by social attitudes rather than class. Well, that's what happens when you have, again, two neoliberal parties. Dude, you're not really close on Liverpool. You're better off imagining the dock worker and construction side of New York was its own city. It has a massive art district and much more urban history than fucking Wheeling. No, the reason why I'm saying it's different, but like the attitudes of feeling like people from Liverpool are like shit, subpar, uneducated, you know, working class people that are gonna fucking steal your shit. A long history of it comes from, I think, a long history of like working class movements and uprisings. Whereas in a similar way, like West Virginia, people have a similar attitude towards people living in like West Virginia. Of course, there's also a lot of racism because when you're left behind, neoliberalization has destroyed even like labor parties all around Europe. It's very difficult. It's just all culture. It's all culture. It's all culture now. And when it's all culture, it's super easy for populist messaging to take hold in and for people to just like take on tribalistic attitudes towards immigrants that are coming in, stealing their jobs, when in fact, like, he understands it. He despises the Tories because of austerity. That's the difference between like an American person, like an American working class, maybe lumpenproll person versus, or working class or lumpenproll person versus a British one. A British one despises the Tories because he understands what the fucking Tories do, right? Whereas the American is like, nah, it doesn't matter, brother. I love the Republican Party. They're great. I'm going to be a billionaire one day.